Good evening, everybody, and a very, very warm welcome to Glasgow Caledonian University and the School for Business and Society Fashion Showcase 2023. My name's Sophie Wallace. I'll be your host for the evening. I'm absolutely delighted to welcome everybody here to celebrate and showcase some of the work of our very, very talented students here at GCU. I had the pleasure of hosting this event last year as well, and after watching rehearsals this afternoon, I can only say it's one step up from what we're used to. You're in for a real treat this evening, folks. Now, just a little bit of housekeeping before we get the ball rolling. There are no fire drills scheduled tonight, so if you do hear the alarm, please leave via the nearest exits. Those are at the back of the room or out to your side there. The toilets are located on the ground floor. All you need to do, again, is go back to the room and then turn left, and then you're on your right. But I'm sure you will have seen them all as you were filtering in anyway. We would love for you all to get involved this evening in any way you can. Make sure you're snapping plenty for socials and that you're using the hashtag GCU Fashion Showcase to drum up a little bit of social interest too. Now, we have multiple programme highlights tonight, and as well as the main fashion showcase, which you're going to see in about 15-20 minutes' time. You will have also seen the exhibition in the foyer as you came in. If you didn't have the chance to have a wee nosy around that, you will get the chance to do so again at the end of the fashion show this evening. Shortly, we're going to hear from Dr. Tessa Hartman, who is the Honorary President of the British School of Fashion here at GCU. She has a very special announcement to make. We're also going to be chatting to some of the students who have studied here at GCU and whose work you're going to see on the catwalk this evening. Of course, we have the main event, and then we're going to hear from Professor John Lennon, who is going to close this evening's show. Without any further ado, to get things kicked off this evening, I'd love to welcome to the stage Dr. Tessa Hartman.
Well, good evening. And my mic is working. Good evening, and thank you all for coming, because it's a lovely night outside, but we'd all rather be here at GCU. And welcome, what an exciting time we have ahead of us. Now, personally, I have actually got quite a long-lasting relationship with GCU in connection to Caledonian University, in that I'm an honorary graduate, and I've worked alongside the university in my Scottish Fashion Awards days, which I set up. And one of the things I really loved about GCU is that it's being very much inclusive in the heart of everything that they do here. We welcome talented backgrounds from all over the world. So for me to be asked to take on this role as president of the British School of Fashion, it really was an honour, and something that wasn't just another committee or a board to sit on. It's something that I take very seriously. So I've been working for the past year with the university to look at how we can collaborate to elevate the British School of Fashion brand. How can we actually raise awareness from the amazing portfolio of programmes they have here and in London? And how can our research help address the key challenges in the industry? And by goodness, we have a lot of key challenges in the industry of fashion right now. But for me, fashion is one of the most exciting. It's frivolous, it's fickle, but it's a bit addictive, and we all love it, and the business itself is vast. But we know there's a lot of work to be done within the industry, and we need to drastically change our practices and consumer habits, because everyone has an opinion, but actually the wielding power is in ourselves, we as consumers, to make that great change. And it's our responsibility to make change, to deliver sustainable fashion, and it's about your creativity, the graduates here today, your innovative ideas and your passions to drive that change, and you can all do it. So as a board, we want to think about how can we support that, how can we make that happen, as well as giving the school the best teaching. We want to give you opportunities and access to the incredible network of business leaders that both GCU and the Business School of Fashion have. In order to make all of you the change makers, and I have no doubt, it's one of these moments in time when you think, do you remember that night when you were sitting in GCU Glasgow and you saw that particular young designer and this chap and then 10 years' time they go on to do great things, and that happens all the time. So it gives me great pleasure to announce that we've actually established our first advisory board for the British School of Fashion, full of illustrious figures who, like me, want to play their part in the future, in your future, by supporting and working with you. So this evening, I'm delighted to announce some of the first lot I'm going to introduce you to aren't actually here with us, but they are big names, and that's Brian Duffy, who's the CEO of Watches of Switzerland, Jane Shepperton, the chair of My Wardrobe, director in the London Fashion Fund, Rankin, one of the most illustrious and best photographers of our generation and a film director, Stephen Clark, global director of product merchandising for Nike. And I haven't even had a drink yet. Jordan Nike, Evie Hutton, the director of designer relations and a member of the British Fashion Council. And here I have a lot of fabulous players along with me this evening in the house. I'll say all your names and then you can give them a wee round of applause, because all of these people on this board, they're giving up all their time. You know, no one's being paid for this. It's because of their love of fashion. Anthony Burns, Chief Operating Officer for ACS Clothing. Jonathan Chippendale, co-founder of Holition. Maggie Smart, partner of Folk and Operations and Commercial, Sounder Golf. Mark Hogarth, creative director of Harris Tweed Hebrides. And Sandra Mertens-Lustig, the chief and brand product officer from Pangea. Now, we just had an incredible Q&A a minute ago with some amazing young graduates, and it's even at my stage, and I think I can say the same for all the board, our passion is still there, and this is about storytelling. This is about everyone's journey, and you guys are right at the crux of it, and it's really exciting that you've all come here, and it's great to see such a packed audience with your family and your friends, and we've got a lot of industry partners in the house, and to really witness something quite special, because this is special. This is the 2023 GCU Fashion Showcase. And over the last year, our students have been working so hard. You know, you're part of the family, you realize the stress they go under, and they want to make everything so perfect. But you know what? Tonight is about coming together for them. It's about applauding them. It's about applauding their achievement and vision to even get this far. And I know that you and the staff of GCU and all our industry partners are so very, very proud of you guys making it to this stage. So, well done. I want you to give the biggest applause when they come out and enjoy the show. Thank you.
One more time for Dr. Tessa Hartman. You know what she says really rings true. Every single one of us here at GCU really do come together as a family. Having studied here myself, I know firsthand the impact that studying at this university can have. And of course, we are here to celebrate the students, and I'm delighted to say that we're going to be speaking to 3 of them tonight who have been studying long and hard, and whose collections and pieces you are going to see this evening. We're going to have a quick Q&A with each of them, and first up, I would be delighted to welcome to the stage Oren Anand, who is a third-year student of fashion design with business. Oren.
The way you move, the way you feel, one kiss is all it takes, falling in love with me, possibilities, I look like all you need.
You look quite at home sitting up there, giving the crowd a wee wave. Is this the first time you've done something like this?
Yes.
Really?
Yeah.
It fools me. Oren, we spoke a little bit about your collection and your piece as we were sitting just earlier on, but tell me a little bit about the garment that we're going to see on the catwalk that comes from you this evening.
Okay, yes. So we were asked to create a garment for Mackintosh earlier in the year, and we kind of got free rein with what inspiration we took. So I went down the route of choosing oil pollution for my overall inspiration, and more specifically the oil spill that happened in Peru last year and the Just Stop Oil protests that's been happening over the world over the past year. And I went down the route of choosing oil rigs for the silhouette inspiration. So I've got a lot of straps that are symbolic of the beams that you see, a lot of different layering for the different levels that go across the rigs, yeah.
And of course, you know, using fashion as a tool to communicate a powerful message is something that we're seeing more now than ever before, isn't it?
Yeah, absolutely. I think that when I came across the oil spill and the Just Stop Oil protests, it was at the same time, and I wanted to reflect that in my work, like highlight an important environmental issue, yeah.
We spoke a little bit about the actual making of your garment itself and the process which you took from creative, you know, idea right the way through to execution at the end. Can you give us a little bit of insight as to the start, middle and end of this process for you?
Yeah, absolutely. So I designed my own print for the material that I was using, which was the first time I've ever done this. I really had no idea how I was going to do it, what I was going to do, but I just kind of threw myself in because I really wanted to complete the vision that I had. And I used the way that oil visually reacts to water when you mix the two as my inspiration for the print. And it was a really educational experience to kind of try and learn how to do all that, go through a lot of different steps, a lot of roadblocks, but I got there in the end, and I'm really, really glad with how it turned out, yeah.
We'll talk a little bit more about the personal journey that you went on when you were creating this garment, but you mentioned that you're glad with how it turned out. Is it the same vision that you had at the start of your creative process?
Actually, yeah, surprisingly, which I was not. There was many times over the last few months where I was like, I don't know if I'm going to be able to do this. But it turned out, yeah, I'm so happy with it. I really, think that from when I started designing it, I really didn't have any idea how I was going to do it. But I knew that if I just continued to push myself and learn and try, it really paid off. So, yeah.
And you talk a bit about learning there, Oren. Tell me a little bit about the personal journey that you went on when you were creating this garment. I can imagine there were many, many sleepless nights, tears, blood, sweat, a lot. Of
course. A lot of blood, sweat and tears. But yeah, I kind of tried to use this year as an opportunity to do things that I'd never experienced before, I'd never tried to do before. I didn't really know how to, because I have the support of the uni. And I, used a lot of different techniques that I had really no idea how to do. It was a lot of learning on the go, a lot of, just trial and error. But it really paid off, and I'm really, really glad. It's taught me so much as well that I can take into my next year. Totally.
And that's it, just that support of the uni, I think, has been pivotal to everybody that has created a garment or a collection that we're going to see here tonight. How confident does that make you feel going into your 4th year?
Yeah, very, very. Knowing that I have the support that I had over the last few months, is amazing. And as well, just kind of being able to have had this experience in 3rd year and be able to throw myself into the deep end, I'm much more confident in knowing what my skills are, knowing, at the start of the year, I really didn't think I had the skills that I'm now capable of. So, yeah, I'm excited, nervous, but excited.
Well, we can't wait to see it. Obviously, I've had a bit of a sneaky peek of your garment, but I'm sure the guys out here are really looking forward to seeing it. Good luck, congratulations, and it was lovely to speak to you.
Thank you.
All right, next to the stage, I'd be delighted to welcome 4th year fashion design with business student Erin McEwen. Erin, you look completely dressed for summer and definitely got the white memo today. I can't say I did the
sunny
same
outside, so
anyway, thank you everyone today for giving up your time on this really warm day, for coming along and showing your support to our students. I think a special round of applause for you, Erin, because you are this year's winner of the Leather Cordoners competition. So congratulations.
Thank you.
For anyone who doesn't know what that competition is, can you give us a little bit of insight into it?
Yeah, so it's the Corridors of Scotland competition. If you had leather in your collection, we could like present it to one of like the board leaders over there. So we had to present our collection or like ideas, like how we're going to like make use of leather. And yeah, I was fortunate enough to win it. So I did get given £1,000 to like spend on leather and then like on a photo shoot of my final garments. So yeah, that was really...
I mean, it's an amazing opportunity and one which the university helped facilitate for you. Leather itself has been such a stalwart of fashion, particularly here in the UK, for I think as long as I can remember. I'm a huge fan of a leather skirt. So any opportunity I can get as a young person to wear leather, I will wear it. Is that something that you've seen reflected? Do you think it's ever gone out of fashion?
Honestly, not really. I do think there's like vegan leathers and stuff like coming into fashion now, but like just leather, I think as well, like the longevity of it, like that's becoming like really important, like within like the sustainability like idea and stuff. So I don't really think it has really went out of fashion.
Tell me about working with leather, because I can imagine as a material itself, it could probably provide some challenges that are quite different to usual materials. Talk to me a little bit about that.
Yeah, so I think when I first got it, I was like, oh, this is really good. Like I started cutting it and it was going well because like the scissors just kind of like glide through it, like not like if you have like silk or anything. So at the start, I started like going well, but then like when I was trying to sew like the thicker bits in the machine, the needle was snapping. You have to like glue all the seams down because you can't press them. So like if I'd glued them and had to like sew over it, it was like too thick to sew and stuff. So that was a struggle. And then like I have a skirt and that's got like leather belts going around it. But like the weight of the leather and then like the leather skirt underneath, like I literally could not get them on. Like I was having to like put it on and like position them and try to like glue them and then like top stitch them. So I think that was like a lot harder than I like expected. But overall, like I definitely would work with it again. Like I love the outcome of it.
And like I know you've just mentioned a little bit about what we can expect from your piece tonight, but we spoke a little bit just off stage earlier on about the journey that your piece has gone on and your original idea, concept and where it is now. It's very androgynous. It challenges gender constructs and reforms. Talk to us a little bit about that.
Yeah, so my collection idea was like juxtaposition. So I took like traditional menswear, like suits, like biker styles, like kind of like traditional tailoring and kind of like made it into like women's wear garments. So I like was fortunate enough to kind of learn some like tailoring skills from like some of the technicians in university. So like I think that really helped. And then I have like the kind of leather sleeves, like the kind of really like stiff, like robust leather, which reflects like biker style. So I kind of combined both them together in both my outfits just to create women's wear.
And I think tailoring, especially for women's wear, I mean, you're wearing this beautiful tailored shirt, jumper, jacket. There we go, that's a sword tonight. But it's something that we are seeing an awful lot of right now in women's wear. Do you think that's sort of a mark of how much fashion is changing, particularly for people here in Scotland?
I think definitely. I think there's not really a kind of border between men's and women's wear anymore. Like, and that's kind of my collection as well. Like, I've just got men's, like, traditional menswear, but it's just in women's wear. So I do think, like, it is just kind of, like, fluid now. And, yeah, you can kind of wear what you want.
Absolutely. Here to wearing whatever you want, by the way. You've got your collection tonight. This is the end of your 4th year. How do you feel about leaving GCU?
I'm not sure. I have enjoyed uni and stuff, so I don't really know how I feel about leaving. Kind of sad as well, because it is fun just, like, coming here. But yeah, I'm excited to like move on now.
What's next for you in the big bad world of fashion?
So last year for our work experience, I went to Milan and did an internship, which I like absolutely loved, like the place and everything. Thought it was like really good for fashion. So this year, like me, like Bethany and our other friend Isla, we've been looking at internships in Milan. So we've been applying for some. So I think that'd be good to like get into. I think they start in September, most of them. So hopefully we'll get into one and we can go there for like a year.
That sounds amazing. Well, cheers to Milan. It was lovely to chat to you. Good luck and congratulations.
Oh, thank you so much.
That might be better. Turn up the music. Turn down the lights. I got a feeling.
And last but not least, tonight, joining us on the stage is 4th year fashion design with business student Bethany McPherson. Bethany! Bethany got a wee mention there just at NHB, but Milan, that sounds amazing.
I know, I was literally like, it just sounds so good. It sounds so much better than here, so much sunnier. So it'd be quite nice for a change, I think.
No comment. Milan is stunning, and oh yeah, it's beautiful. It was there last. Oh, enough about my trip to Milan. We spoke again about your collection just before we went on stage, and again, it's got a bit of a twist on it. Talk us through that, because you used leather as well, didn't you?
Yeah, so I used leather as well. I found leather quite difficult to use, to be honest with you. So whether I would use it again or not, I'm not quite sure. But it's quite an enjoyable experience. But my collection is basically based off of, it's a women's wear collection. And I wanted to incorporate kind of like plastic textiles and like kind of experiment with that. So I melted a lot of like plastics down to make like feature bits of my garments. Also, I wanted to experiment with kind of like tight fitting, like women's wear, and then I wanted to kind of pair it with like oversized, kind of more streetwear styles. So yeah, that was basically what my collection was.
Again, like a huge theme that we've seen in the fashion industry. Oversized. You were wearing an oversized blazer tonight. It's like you're selling your own garments. This is great. 4 years studying here at GCU. Erin mentioned a little bit earlier on that she got some experience with the tailorers here in the university, and I think the common theme that we've seen here is that whenever you've needed support, that support has been on hand. Can you shed any light into the kind of support that you've needed or you've had and that the university has been able to provide you with? Yeah, so definitely. I feel like all of our lecturers were like really supportive throughout like all of our classes, to be fair, and see like through like any like design process, they were like really encouraging, kind of be creative, like experiment like a lot in your projects and just kind of push you a lot creatively. As well, I feel like I got a lot of support, like I'm dyslexic, so I feel like I got a lot of support for the uni with stuff like that as well, so it's been like really helpful for me, and I just feel like it was an enjoyable kind of experience, kind of smooth sailing with it all. So absolutely. And I suppose, you know, you mentioned that you hadn't worked with leather before. You did find it difficult, but it's courses like this that push you to challenge yourself, isn't it? Yeah, definitely. I feel like throughout, like my collection changed so much from the beginning, just because like I felt like I was just getting pushed like kind of like to your limits almost, kind of like thinking outside the box type of thing. So I feel like that was like really beneficial for my collection in the end up. So it worked out so much better than it looked in the beginning, I think. So it was a good thing, I think. I know 4 years is a long time, and it's probably hard to pinpoint just one moment of your time here at GCU that you've been like, wow, this is the absolute highlight. But if you could just pick out one standout moment, what would it be? So I think, see, because we were in our first fashion show would have been in COVID, I think. So last year, the fashion show, seeing our first like kind of like real collection on like the catwalk and all that, that was like a really, really big moment, I think. Just kind of see that we actually made it, like we made that, and it was just kind of like a relief to see it moving and like everyone like wearing it almost. It was like really enjoyable. And to look at your piece that you produced last year and compare it to your work this year, how much do you feel you've developed as a designer? So I feel like, to begin with, I done menswear last year, so I feel like doing women's wear was like a completely like different thing for me. I feel like I would just like, I don't know, like I feel like it was just a completely different experience almost. But yeah, I feel like a lot of my skills got developed as well because I focused on like textile design and all that this year. So I feel like I learned new techniques for that and just kind of, just learned lots of stuff this year that I didn't necessarily have last year. So, and that's what it's all about, particularly in fourth year when you are just about to go off into the big wide world of work. Preparing you and making sure that you're ready for that. Do you feel that you're prepared? Like to go into the fashion industry? Yep. Yeah, totally. I feel like we've like got like such a wider range of skills like through this course. So we've done like branding and marketing, and then we've obviously done like the fashion design, and I feel like it kind of like sets you up to go into any area of the fashion industry. So it's like really good that you're not like pinned down to like one definite like section of it when you leave, I think. So it's really good. And we know obviously Milan is maybe on the cards, but have you got anything else up your sleeve for when you leave? I think I'll apply for some jobs here as well and just maybe get some experience before I go to Milan. I think that would be quite good. Or even just like life experience in a different job. So that would be quite good before. Bless you. Well, good luck. Congratulations. Can't wait to see your piece again. Well done. Thank you so much. Thank you. Now, that was just a flavour of some of the students that have spent their time studying fashion here at GCU. And as you can tell just from their testimonies there, it really has been a fantastic experience that, of course, is going to be bolstered following the announcement that was made here this evening. Now, I won't keep you waiting any longer. It's time to get on to the main event. You're going to see pieces from first year right the way through to fourth year. There is going to be some information about each of the collections up on the screens as the models walk. Would ask you to show your appreciation to the models and the designers at the end of the show. And please, please, please make sure you're videoing and using the hashtag GCU Fashion Showcase. Enjoy the show.
nephew. Without a strong rhyme and step two, think of how many week shows you slept through. Time's up, I'm sorry I kept you thinking of this. You keep repeating your miss the rhymes from the microphone solo with. So you sit by the radio and on the dial soon. As you hear it, pump up the volume. Dance with the speaker till you hear it blow. Then plug in the headphone, cause here it go. It's a four-letter word when it's heard to control your body to dance. So dot text a tempo like a red alert. Reach your reflex and let it work. When this is playing, you can't get stuck with the steps. So can say, and I'ma still come up with a gift to be swift. Follow the leader, the rhyme go deaf with the record that was mixed a long time ago. It could be done, but only I could do it. For those that can dance and clap your hands to it. I start to think, and then I sink into the paper like I was ink. When I'm writing, I'm trapped in between the line. I escape when I finish the rhyme. I got soul. I got soul. Picture of Mike, the stage is empty. A beat like this might tempt me to pose, show my rings and my fat gold chain. Grab the mic like I'm on Soul Train, but I wait, cause I master this. Let the others go first so the brothers don't miss. Eric B, break the sticks. Rock him will begin when you make the mix. I'll experiment like a scientist. You wanna rhyme? You gotta sign my list. Cause I'm a manifest and bless the mic I'll hold. You want an X? Then you gotta have soul. Cause if you ain't got it, I'ma make an encore. Take the mic, make the people respond for the R. Cause that's the way it'll have to be. If you wanna get on after me, think about it. Wait, erase your rhyme. Forget it. And don't waste your time. Cause I'll be in the crowd if you ain't controlling it. Drop the mic, you shouldn't be holding it. This is how it should be done. This style is identical to none. Some try to make it sound like this, but you're kidding me. So upset that I'm wet cause you're sweating me. I drip steam like a microphone theme. Equal to MC is my theme. I get hype when I hear drum roll. Rock hammers on the mic. And you know I got soul. You know I got soul.
Don't know why, I don't know how. Thought I loved you, but I'm not sure now. Seen you look at strangers too many times. Love you want is of a different kind. Remember when we felt the sun? A love like paradise, how hot it burned. Threat of distant thunder, the sky was red. When you want, you always turn every head. All day, all day. Watch them all fall down. All day, all day. Domino dancing. All day, all day. Watch them all fall down. All day, all day. Domino Thought that when we fought, I was to blame. Now I know you play a different game. I've watched you dance with danger, still wanting more. Add another number to the score. All day, all day. Watch them all fall down. All day, all day. Domino dancing. All day, all day. Watch them all fall down. All day, all day. Domino dancing. When you look around, you wonder, do you play to win? Or are you just a bad loser? Don't know why, I don't know how. Thought I loved you, but I'm not sure now. I hear the thunder crashing, the sky is dark, and now a storm is breaking within my heart. All day, all day. Watch them all fall down. All day, all day. Domino dancing. All day, all day. Watch them all fall down. All day, all day. Domino dancing. All day, all day. Watch them all fall down. All day, all day. Domino dancing. All day, all day. Watch them all fall down. All day, all day. Domino dancing. All day, all day. Watch them all fall down. All day, all day. Domino
You're such a motivating, tantalizing picture of desire. I'd like to take you home and tenderly light your loving fire. Alright, in case you wonder if I'm qualified, here are my credentials. I've loved 1,000 girls around the world and never reached my potential. No, I feel the girls in Paris, I made love in Spain, and all around
Sexomatic, automatic, guaranteed, fantastic. Sexomatic, automatic, guaranteed, fantastic.
Hey, Greasy!
Sexomatic, automatic, guaranteed, fantastic. Sexomatic, automatic, guaranteed, fantastic. Sexomatic, automatic, Harvey's head is fantastic.
Nothing more that I hate in this life. The wrong impression, I only have one to make. You can open your palm, waiting to catch a break. The cards will fall where they may. And what about me? I believe in fate. Huh. They wanna know where I'll be in 5. Huh. But what about today? What about tonight? Only one at a time. So precious. It's yours, it's mine. Only one at a time. My life, yeah. Am I wrong to assume if she can't dance, then she can't ooh? Yeah. Am I wrong to say if she can't dance, then she can't ooh? Hey, I never wanna waste your time. My life, so precious. Is yours, is mine. And look at the time. My God, so precious. Is yours, is mine. Only one at a time. So precious. Is yours, is mine. Only one at a time. My life, yeah.
Spells around the clock, dance around the globe. Disco 54, I stare you in the eyes, spin you on your toes. Music ain't music without soul. Filling the top road, shot the blindfolds, past the nitro. Rock the love boat, get high to get low. Kill the Merlot, step in your fast boat, you pick up, we gon' go. Make love once a more, we rest and encore. Do that, hey. Break you off in your big cat, hey. Never seen no one this gorgeous. Pay your whole damn mortgage. But when you look at the time, hey, still you the one on the mind, hey. It's still you the topic of prime, hey. Thank God that it's Friday, tonight let's be the life of the party. There's nothing to me, get up and move your feet.
I never wanna waste your time. My life, so precious. Is yours, is mine. And look at the time. My God, so precious. Is yours, is mine. what's going on? Could this be my understanding? It's not your fault, I was being too demanding. I must admit, it's my pride that made me distant. All because I hope that you'd be someone different. There's not much I know about you. Fear will always make you blind. But the answer is in clear view. It's amazing what you'll find face to face. I thought you were the problem. Tried to forget until I hit the bottom. But when I faced you in my blank confusion, I realized you weren't wrong, was a mere illusion. It really didn't make sense just to leave this unresolved. It's not hard to go the distance when you finally get involved.
Ladies and gents, another round of applause for the class of 2023. Oh my word. Every single year that keeps getting better and better. I can't wait for next year's already. Oh my word. Now the party doesn't stop here. We are going to invite you outside in just a few moments for some networking, some drinks, some nibbles. But to close off tonight's Fashion Showcase, I'm delighted to welcome to this stage the Dean of the School for Business and Society, Professor John Lennon.
The way you move, the way you feel, one kiss is all it takes, falling in love with me, possibilities, I look like all you need, one kiss is all.
So thank you so much everyone for coming tonight, and thank you particularly to the students who've produced some spectacular work. I think you'll all see that. Somebody asked me recently, John, should fashion even be in a business school? And I said, fashion is at the front and the centre of this school and the London school and will stay that way. What you've seen tonight is what this country does particularly well, creative talent. Creative talent that blows you away. And as Sophie said, it gets better and better. I mean, the show tonight was spectacular. You should all be very proud. And there's a big team. And it's great. Sophie, you came back again. Of course, she's a former GCU graduate too, you know. But not that I'm competitive. But the people who put this together, Tessa and the British board, we thank you so much. It can only get stronger from here on. We've got colleagues from London with us, but we've got a great team here in Glasgow who've worked incredibly hard. Staff, event staff, all of the support behind the scenes, but also most important, the students of fashion branding, the students of fashion design, the masters, the undergraduates, from first to fourth year. That was an array of talent, ladies and gentlemen. One more big cheer for them. So it only remains for me now to tell you that outside there are cool drinks to be purchased to celebrate the success and the creative talent we've seen. Thank you all very much. Have a great evening.
Gonna get up, oh, gonna get up, gonna get up, gonna get up.